If you're looking for live local music from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, you came to the right place. Welcome to Hugh Shows.
We're all at the Hugh Show. It's a lot of fun. He's got all the answers. Yeah, he's got them written down. So let's all watch a Hugh Show till he gets to number one. Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I am your host, Hugh Twyman, and I have been writing a music and photography blog in Pittsburgh for 16 years. Check me out at HughShows.com and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at HughShows. My musical guest for this edition of Hugh Show's Social Distance Television is Distelfink, a Pittsburgh-based musician who writes and performs original music with acoustic, roots jazz, and folk blends. In Pennsylvania Dutch folk art, Distelfink bird symbolizes luck and good fortune. Likewise, his music is lighthearted, happy, and energetic, with lyrics inspired by travel, love, and Pennsylvania Dutch culture. And would you all please welcome Steve Hobaugh, a.k.a. Distelfink. Hey, Steve, what's up?
Hey, Hugh, how's it going?
It's going great. Hobaugh, did I pronounce your last name correctly?
You got through a series of hard words there with 100% accuracy. So it's all, my hat's off to you, Hugh.
Yeah, well, thank you, buddy. It's nice to see you again. I think we met at Acoustic Cafe briefly when I was hosting. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think that was the first time we met face to face. Yep.
Yeah, and you actually, I'd never heard of you, and that night you kind of blew me away with your 2 or 3 songs, and I'm so glad you're able to do this. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Thanks.
So tell me, how are you handling the pandemic? What's up with that, with you?
Yeah, well, new times for a lot of us. The pandemic for me, I feel like musicians in particular were pretty good at being early adopters of having to be conscious about social distancing. I think John Bindley, the Pittsburgh musician, was probably the first one I saw who was canceling shows and putting out there to people, hey, this is a serious thing. We have to take this seriously. So I'm happy to say I have good role models like those kinds of people in Pittsburgh who just started to commit right away and commit to what it takes to do this. So I got on board early, and it's not the most fun, but it's a lot more fun than being sick. That's what I was talking to my fiance about. So we both do the masks when we're outside, and overall it's going pretty well though.
So you're quarantining with your fiance. Is it affecting either of your jobs?
Nope. So I work from home, and she does as well, just as fine. She was doing a student teaching program, so she's adjusting to that. But what can you do? You just got to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, we're all adapting. So it looks like this has minimal effect on your career and your creativity. So that's good to hear. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going well for me.
Cool. Are you writing a bunch of songs?
Songs are always coming out. Yeah, definitely keep on that. I've been doing a kind of a weekly songwriters club with another local musician, Chris Hannigan. You might have met him before.
I definitely know Chris. Yeah.
Great songwriter, but we've been passing tips back and forth between each other, try and keep each other on a good, consistent schedule just to keep the productivity flowing.
Right. Keep the juices flowing. You're going to play, I appreciate you doing this. You're going to play 3 songs. You have a couple releases out. I think, this is from August 2019. It's the album Pennsylvania Dutch Metal, which is a play on words since you are far from a metalhead, I'm assuming.
Actually, I love a lot of metal music. It's kind of, but it is, the music I'm playing is acoustic,
Right. So this song is called The Legend of Distelfink. So do you want to take it away?
All right, yeah, thanks.
Right on.
When I left my hometown to see what there was to see, found a golden bird stuck in the weeds. I pulled it out and set it free. Well, the bird was a goddess and she gave to me the gift of song And I left my home with a song in my heart and a smile on my face. So I sought the employment of a wicked witch. She had her spells on me. A golden guitar with silver strings, she strummed it as she went to sleep. And while she was out, I stole her guitar and went along my merry way. And I left her farm with a song in my heart and a smile on my face. And then I arrived far out west where three big rivers meet. I found my love, we made our home. My guardian goddess was pleased. It's here I stay to this very day and continue to explore this place. And I live here now with a song in my heart and a smile on my face. Yes, I live here now with a song in my heart and a smile on my face.
And that was Distelfink with the legend of Distelfink. Do you want to talk about what is Distelfink?
Sure. So a Distelfink is a bird, and it comes from Pennsylvania Dutch folk art. And the bird, as the stories go, it would actually not as in real life. The bird, it would eat the seeds from a thistle plant. And a thistle, if you've ever gardened or farmed before, you know that they're spiky and they're hard and they can take over, and it's a real noxious weed. So the bird would kind of act as like part of the farming system, where it would eat the seeds of the thistle. And so for a farmer or a gardener, it's a pretty good thing to have around your farm. So it comes from the European goldfinch, which, you know, if you think about what a goldfinch looks like that we see around here in the Northeast, it's pretty similar, but some color differentiations, but the same family of birds. And it generally, I gravitated towards it because I'm from the eastern side of Pennsylvania. I'm from Berks County, where there's a lot of cultural influence from Pennsylvania Germans, and I myself am a current today existing member of that group, and I saw the Distelfink as maybe a symbol that I could use to talk about my background and give art that's really, you know, central to who I am, and get it out there for people, and also give people an opportunity to learn a little bit about Pennsylvania Dutch culture.
So apart from the obvious song you just played, is all your music pretty much influenced from German folk art, or you know, you're named after the
Sure.
Distelfink?
Yeah, for this particular project, I focus to keep it just on that. I found that having a consistent theme and overarching creative boundary actually allows me to explore that topic so much easier than if I could just write a song about anything I wanted to. I found that, you know, having some sets of constraints can really put me on a good course for just coming up with new ideas, exploring ideas further. So yeah, I stick to just PA Dutch culture for this project.
And so, as far as the role of music in culture, specifically or generally, this is how you produce and write.
Yeah, yep. This is how I produce and write, and I have other projects going on all the time, and I'm always happy to sit in with other people and play for them, not being the central figure, but taking a more supporting role. And I've had fun with lots of like dance bands and funk bands and hard rock bands, and you name it. I've been in lots of different kinds of bands, and this is just where my head's at now, and this is where I'm really driven.
When did you move to Pittsburgh from?
I moved to Pittsburgh here in the beginning of 2019. So I've been here for about a year now.
Wow.
And before that, I was living in State College, and I had a band out there with some really nice guys, good friends of mine still. It was tons of fun. We were doing kind of like a singer-songwriter based rock, where it was more like keyboard driven and acoustic guitar driven rock and roll. and we were writing songs that were maybe a little bit more reminiscent of like early Beatles and 50s stuff. Still all original music that we were coming up with. Tons of fun, but State College is a very transient town. People move, come and go, and so this is where I ended up next. So I needed a new project, and Distelfink is what came to mind.
Were you going to Penn State as a student, or?
I was not. I did attend Penn State years back. I left, and then I came back for a job in that area.
Okay.
And it's the job I still have today. I just happen to work from home.
Nice. Well, it's very convenient
during
these weird times.
Good life.
Yeah. We're going to hear another song from the album Pennsylvania Dutch Metal, which came out last year in August 2019. This song is called Rain, Come and Get Me. You mind doing this?
You got it.
Right on.
Just a couple of drops from a summer rain. Comfortable if you want to stay dry. But if you're inclined for a wetter time, just jump right in, babe, and you'll be fine. The rain come down, fall all over me. Rain, come down here and get me. Once you're wet, what you want to do is kick a soccer ball with friends. Play a game for an hour or two until the sun comes out again. Rain, come down, fall all over me. Rain, come down here and get me. You were a child, you didn't think about it, no, you just jumped right in. Now you're grown, you spent your whole life worrying and overthinking things. Rain, come down, fall all over me. Rain, come down here and get me. Well, rain, come down, fall all over me. Rain, come down here and get me.
And that was Rain, Come and Get Me from Distelfink. It's amazing that you could come to Pittsburgh and you could find support from there's plenty of support, especially the Acoustic Cafe crowd. It's a great brew. It's a great little environment. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so when I first moved here, I had a little well of songs that I had written already, and I was ready to get going and start meeting people and really get networking and get out there. So I started going to some open mics. First one I went to was at Hambones in Lawrenceville, and that one was tons of fun. I still go to that sometimes, not as often as other ones, but I met a I met some people there, and they said, "Oh, you gotta check out the one at Mr. Small's. It's great." So I ended up going there, and that for most of 2019 definitely became a regular thing for me. A couple times a month going there. The benefit of Mr. Small's is they have a house band there, and I've always grown up doing team sports. I've always grown up doing team exercises. I've always been in bands with other people. So this whole solo thing that I'm doing now, it's enjoyable, and there's a lot to say about it, but I love playing with other people. And Mr. Smalls gives you that opportunity, which is, it gets multiple benefits from, I mean, bouncing song ideas off of other people and hearing how it sounds in a whole band is a lot different than when you're sitting by yourself on your couch running through a song. So it's a great tool to hammer out and really revise songs.
Yeah, it's amazing. That house band, those players, you could just jump up cold with a song and tell them the chord changes, and they're right behind you. It's kind of bananas.
It's a great community. It's really a wonderful community I found in.
Talk a little about the Saucony Greek goddess, if you would, you know.
Sure. Wow. So I'll try and keep it limited to.
Yeah, let's not do it.
But sort of what I do with this music, I started developing a little bit of a mythology around the creek that runs through my hometown.
Oh, I said Greek. I thought it was a Greek goddess, so it's a Saucony Creek goddess.
Creek.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
So there's the Saucony Creek runs through my hometown, and it ran right past the school that I grew up going to. I used to play soccer after school. It cut right behind the fields there. I used to swim in there in the summertime. I used to fish in there. It was just a really cool. There's also like some trails that you can hike along it. It's always been a part of my life, and you know, writing songs that are kind of personal and I have some vulnerability. You know, I chose a topic to come back to time and time again that has an element of like kind of being deeply rooted in who I am. And so the Saucony Creek is just it's this mythology that I started creating around it, of this goddess who lives there and watches over the people of my hometown and took care of me as a child and made sure I grew up nice, healthy, and safe to become the adult that I am today. So it's this mythology I developed. I continue to write about it. There will definitely be more songs about it. But it's fun and I enjoy it. And we talked a little bit about culture, but part of the goal is not just to have this fun, exciting thing that I like to do and write about, but also tie a little bit of culture into our music. I think music has a tendency to be such an important part of humans' lives and culture. And I really just want to have that opportunity for other people. My real goal is to just connect with people and be a part of their lives and you know, play at their weddings and write songs for them that's just for them, and you just have real connections with people through music and through culture. So that's part of the whole mythology thing as well.
That's awesome. Does it have anything to do with your last song, or is this just totally off topic that you're gonna play?
The last song is off topic. That one is about. I wrote that one about my fiance just before I proposed to her, and it was a little bit of. I had to like run that one a little quietly in the house because there's a few lines in there that I didn't want her to hear before I did the proposal. So I had to. But, she said yes, and we're now engaged, and that's where that story goes. But
congratulations!
Yeah, it's not about the goddess. In a sense, you could say when I write about the goddess, I am thinking of her in some ways.
There you go. You bet you said the right thing. She's gonna be watching this. Yeah. The name of the song is "Here's a Little Something," correct?
Here's a little something. Yep.
Here's a little something. This is unreleased. This will be coming out whenever you get around to it or whenever we can. Yeah, but do you mind playing it?
No, let's do it.
Right on. Here's a little something.
I've been in the kitchen making something special just for you. Simmering on the stove top, big pot of chili and cornbread too. I don't need a reason, well, I'll do it anytime. A little something to let you know I think you're mighty fine. There's a ray of sunshine permeating everything you do. So here's a little ray of sunshine just from me to you. I've been in the shop making something special just for you. Measuring, cutting my wood, and I'm gonna sand it, gonna use a little finish too. I don't need a reason, well, I'll do it anytime. Little something to let you know I think you're mighty fine. There's a ray of sunshine permeating everything you do. So here's a little ray of sunshine just from me to you. Well, I've been in the bedroom dreaming something special just for you. Dreaming of a beautiful future. It doesn't matter what we're doing if it's me and you. I don't need a reason, well, I'll do it anytime. A little something to let you know I think you're mighty fine. There's a ray of sunshine permeating everything you do. So here's a little ray of sunshine just from me to you. Yeah, here's a little ray of sunshine just from me to you. Here's a little ray of sunshine just from me to you. Yeah, here's a little ray of sunshine just from me to you.
All right, that's Distelfink with Here's a Little Something. I cannot thank you enough for doing this, Steve. I really do appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you, Hugh. Thanks for giving me a spot and working with me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And is there anywhere particular on the World Wide Web we can check you out? Where can we hit you up?
So my handle across the social media platforms is Distelfink Music, and the ones I have are Facebook, I have a Bandcamp, and I also have an Instagram. I don't do Twitter, but I just started an Instagram, so you can find me on there. I put in some cool videos on there that I'm just doing, maybe not like my regular stuff, but you'll hear like me doing my music, and it's like a little snapshot of what I'm doing through the day. So it's pretty cool.
Cool. I'll have it down on the bottom running, so everybody can check you out. But again, thanks for doing this, Steve.
Yeah, thank you, Hugh.
Yeah, my pleasure, and keep safe. Yeah, I mean, this is crazy, but I want to thank everybody for tuning in. As always, check me out at HughShows.com. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at HughShows. I will be back with more of these. Got plenty of time, all the time in the world. But I end the show, as always, with hashtag support Pittsburgh music. All right, we'll see you on the other end. Thanks.
We have a way of explaining things to Hugh. Yeah, we have a way of explaining things to Hugh. Yeah, we have a way of explaining things to Hugh.